Welcome back to Drowsy Tales Daily. Tonight I have 33 incredible stories from Reddit about entertainment industry frauds and event deceptions where dishonest event planners, entertainment companies, and venue operators deliberately betrayed customer trust through ticket scams, venue fraud, performer deceptions, and service manipulations that turned essential special occasions into costly nightmares and violated entertainment industry standards. Our first story comes from event hosts who discovered their event planning company was charging for premium venues while booking substandard locations, billing for luxury event venues and premium facility access while securing inferior locations and inadequate event spaces despite venue agreements and booking procedures that guaranteed premium venues and quality facility access according to event planning standards and venue booking requirements. The substandard venue operation involved targeted booking fraud and venue manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate event planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and venue monitoring that relied on honest venue booking and quality facility provision for customer protection and event planning integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for expensive luxury venues and premium facilities while ensuring that venue fraud would be concealed through false booking documentation and manipulated venue records that would justify premium billing despite actual venue quality that provided substandard locations according to event fraud concealment and customer venue deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false venue booking records and facility documentation while coordinating substandard locations with premium billing protocols to maximize venue profit margins while concealing actual venue quality and facility standards that would affect customer event experience and venue satisfaction based on honest event practices and premium venue delivery. The company had also been manipulating venue procedures and booking verification processes to maintain venue fraud while avoiding planning oversight and venue monitoring that would reveal booking manipulation and venue violations that violated customer protection and event planning integrity standards. The substandard venue fraud was discovered when customers investigated actual venue quality and discovered facility inadequacy evidence, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive event fraud and venue manipulation that violated event planning regulations and venue booking standards. Our second story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment agency was billing for professional performers while sending amateur talent, charging for experienced entertainers and professional performance services while providing amateur performers and inexperienced talent despite entertainment agreements and performer procedures that guaranteed professional entertainers and experience performance quality according to entertainment booking standards and performer qualification requirements. The amateur talent operation involved targeted performer fraud and qualification manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment booking to avoid immediate detection by entertainment oversight and performer monitoring that relied on honest performer qualification and professional entertainment for customer protection and entertainment booking integrity. The agency had been particularly focused on billing for expensive professional performers and experienced entertainers while ensuring that performer fraud would be concealed through false qualification documentation and manipulated performer records that would justify professional billing despite actual performer quality that provided amateur talent according to entertainment fraud concealment and customer performer deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false performer qualification records and entertainment documentation while coordinating amateur talent with professional billing protocols to maximize booking profit margins while concealing actual performer experience and entertainment quality that would affect customer event entertainment and performance satisfaction based on honest entertainment practices and professional performer delivery. The agency had also been manipulating performer procedures and qualification verification processes to maintain talent fraud while avoiding entertainment oversight and performer monitoring that would reveal performer manipulation and qualification violations that violated customer protection and entertainment booking integrity standards. The amateur talent fraud was discovered when customers investigated performer credentials and discovered qualification inadequacy evidence, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive entertainment fraud and performer manipulation that violated entertainment booking regulations and performer qualification standards. Our third story comes from event attendees who discovered their ticket reseller was charging service fees while providing invalid or duplicate tickets, billing for legitimate ticket sales and guaranteed event admission while selling counterfeit tickets and duplicated admissions despite ticket sales agreements and admission procedures that guaranteed valid tickets and legitimate event access according to ticket reselling standards and admission guarantee requirements. The invalid ticket operation involved targeted ticket fraud and admission manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate ticket sales to avoid immediate detection by ticketing oversight and admission monitoring that relied on honest ticket provision and valid admission for customer protection and ticket reselling integrity. The reseller had been particularly focused on charging expensive service fees and admission guarantees while ensuring that ticket fraud would be concealed through false ticket documentation and manipulated admission records that would justify ticket billing despite actual ticket validity that provided invalid admission according to ticketing fraud concealment and customer admission deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false ticket validation records and admission documentation while coordinating invalid tickets with service billing protocols to maximize ticket profit margins while concealing actual ticket validity and admission legitimacy that would affect customer event access and admission satisfaction based on honest ticketing practices and valid ticket delivery. The reseller had also been manipulating ticket procedures and validation verification processes to maintain ticket fraud while avoiding ticketing oversight and admission monitoring that would reveal ticket manipulation and validation violations that violated customer protection and ticket reselling integrity standards. The invalid ticket fraud was discovered when customers were denied event admission and investigated ticket validity, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive ticketing fraud and admission manipulation that violated ticket reselling regulations and admission guarantee standards. Our fourth story comes from event hosts who discovered their wedding planner was charging for coordination services while providing minimal event oversight, billing for comprehensive wedding coordination and detailed event management while providing superficial planning oversight and inadequate event supervision despite wedding planning agreements and coordination procedures that guaranteed comprehensive event management and detailed wedding coordination according to wedding planning standards and event coordination requirements. The minimal oversight operation involved targeted coordination fraud and planning manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate wedding planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and coordination monitoring that relied on honest event coordination and comprehensive planning for customer protection and wedding planning integrity. The planner had been particularly focused on billing for expensive coordination services and event management while ensuring that coordination fraud would be concealed through false planning documentation and manipulated coordination records that would justify coordination billing despite actual planning oversight that provided minimal event supervision according to wedding fraud concealment and customer coordination deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false coordination records and planning documentation while coordinating minimal oversight with coordination billing protocols to minimize planning time while concealing actual coordination quality and event management that would affect customer wedding success and planning satisfaction based on honest wedding practices and comprehensive coordination delivery. The planner had also been manipulating wedding procedures and coordination verification processes to maintain planning fraud while avoiding planning oversight and coordination monitoring that would reveal coordination manipulation and planning violations that violated customer protection and wedding planning integrity standards. The minimal oversight fraud was discovered when weddings experienced problems and customers investigated planning quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive wedding fraud and coordination manipulation that violated wedding planning regulations and event coordination standards. Our fifth story comes from concert attendees who discovered their concert promoter was advertising headlining acts while substituting unknown performers without notice, marketing established artists and popular performers while replacing them with unknown acts and substitute performers despite concert promotion agreements and performer procedures that guaranteed advertised artists and promised entertainment according to concert promotion standards and artist booking requirements. The performer substitution operation involved targeted artist fraud and promotion manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate concert promotion to avoid immediate detection by promotion oversight and artist monitoring that relied on honest artist booking and advertised performer delivery for customer protection and concert promotion integrity. The promoter had been particularly focused on advertising expensive headlining acts and popular performers while ensuring that substitution fraud would be concealed through false artist documentation and manipulated performer records that would justify artist billing despite actual performer lineup that provided unknown entertainers according to concert fraud concealment and customer artist deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false artist booking records and performer documentation while coordinating performer substitution with artist billing protocols to minimize artist costs while concealing actual performer lineup and artist quality. That would affect customer concert experience and entertainment satisfaction based on honest promotion practices and advertised artist delivery. The promoter had also been manipulating concert procedures and artist verification processes to maintain substitution fraud, while avoiding promotion oversight and artist monitoring that would reveal artist manipulation and performer violations that violated customer protection and concert promotion integrity standards. The performer substitution fraud was discovered when concerts featured unknown acts and customers investigated artist booking, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive concert fraud and artist manipulation that violated concert promotion regulations and artist booking standards. Our sixth story comes from event attendees who discovered their event venue was charging for capacity while overselling events beyond safety limits, billing for appropriate venue capacity and safe event attendance, while selling tickets beyond venue limits and safety regulations despite venue agreements and capacity procedures that guaranteed safe attendance levels and appropriate venue capacity according to venue operation standards and safety regulation requirements. The overselling operation involved targeted capacity fraud and safety manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and safety monitoring that relied on honest capacity management and safety compliance for customer protection and venue operation integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on maximizing ticket sales and event revenue while ensuring that capacity fraud would be concealed through false attendance documentation and manipulated capacity records that would avoid safety scrutiny despite actual attendance levels that violated safety regulations according to venue fraud concealment and customer safety endangerment techniques. The scheme extended to creating false capacity records and attendance documentation while coordinating overselling with revenue maximization protocols to increase ticket sales while concealing actual attendance levels and safety compliance that would affect customer safety and venue regulation adherence based on honest venue practices and safe capacity delivery. The venue had also been manipulating capacity procedures and safety verification processes to maintain overselling fraud while avoiding venue oversight and safety monitoring that would reveal capacity manipulation and safety violations that violated customer protection and venue operation integrity standards. The overselling fraud was discovered when safety incidents occurred and customers investigated venue capacity, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and capacity manipulation that violated venue operation regulations and safety standards. Our seventh story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment company was billing for equipment rental while providing broken and outdated gear, charging for professional equipment rental and quality audiovisual gear while delivering malfunctioning equipment and obsolete technology despite equipment rental agreements and quality procedures that guaranteed functional equipment and current technology according to equipment rental standards and technical quality requirements. The broken equipment operation involved targeted rental fraud and equipment manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate equipment rental to avoid immediate detection by rental oversight and equipment monitoring that relied on honest equipment provision and quality gear delivery for customer protection and equipment rental integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for expensive professional equipment and quality gear while ensuring that equipment fraud would be concealed through false equipment documentation and manipulated rental records that would justify equipment billing despite actual equipment condition that provided broken technology according to rental fraud concealment and customer equipment deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false equipment condition records and rental documentation while coordinating broken gear with equipment billing protocols to minimize equipment maintenance while concealing actual equipment functionality and technology quality that would affect customer event technical success and equipment satisfaction based on honest rental practices and functional equipment delivery. The company had also been manipulating equipment procedures and condition verification processes to maintain rental fraud while avoiding rental oversight and equipment monitoring that would reveal equipment manipulation and condition violations that violated customer protection and equipment rental integrity standards. The broken equipment fraud was discovered when events experienced technical failures and customers investigated equipment condition, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive rental fraud and equipment manipulation that violated equipment rental regulations and technical quality standards. Our eighth story comes from event hosts who discovered their party planner was charging for catering coordination while using unlicensed food service providers, billing for professional catering coordination and licensed food service, while coordinating with unlicensed caterers and unregulated food providers despite catering agreements and licensing procedures that guaranteed licensed food service and regulated catering according to food service standards and catering licensing requirements. The unlicensed catering operation involved targeted licensing fraud and food service manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate party planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and food monitoring that relied on honest catering coordination and licensed food service for customer protection and party planning integrity. The planner had been particularly focused on billing for catering coordination and food service while ensuring that licensing fraud would be concealed through false licensing documentation and manipulated catering records that would justify coordination billing despite actual catering providers that lacked proper licensing according to party fraud concealment and customer food service deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false licensing records and catering documentation while coordinating unlicensed providers with catering billing protocols to minimize catering costs while concealing actual provider licensing and food service regulation that would affect customer food safety and catering quality based on honest planning practices and licensed catering delivery. The planner had also been manipulating catering procedures and licensing verification processes to maintain coordination fraud while avoiding planning oversight and food monitoring that would reveal catering manipulation and licensing violations that violated customer protection and party planning integrity standards. The unlicensed catering fraud was discovered when food safety issues occurred and customers investigated catering licensing, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive party fraud and catering manipulation that violated food service regulations and catering licensing standards. Our ninth story comes from event hosts who discovered their event photographer was charging for professional services while using amateur equipment and techniques, billing for professional photography services and quality image capture while providing amateur photography and inadequate equipment despite photography agreements and quality procedures that guaranteed professional photography and quality image services according to event photography standards and professional service requirements. The amateur photography operation involved targeted service fraud and quality manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate photography booking to avoid immediate detection by photography oversight and service monitoring that relied on honest, professional service and quality photography for customer protection and photography service integrity. The photographer had been particularly focused on billing for expensive professional photography and quality services while ensuring that service fraud would be concealed through false equipment documentation and manipulated photography records that would justify professional billing despite actual photography quality that provided amateur services according to photography fraud concealment and customer service deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false equipment records and photography documentation while coordinating amateur techniques with professional billing protocols to minimize equipment costs while concealing actual photography quality and service professionalism that would affect customer event documentation and photography satisfaction based on honest photography practices and professional service delivery. The photographer had also been manipulating photography procedures and quality verification processes to maintain service fraud while avoiding photography oversight and service monitoring that would reveal photography manipulation and quality violations that violated customer protection and photography service integrity standards. The amateur photography fraud was discovered when customers received poor quality images and investigated photographer credentials, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive photography fraud and service manipulation that violated event photography regulations and professional service standards. Our 10th story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment booking agency was charging commission fees while misrepresenting artist availability and pricing. Billing for booking services and artist coordination while providing false availability information and incorrect pricing despite booking agreements and representation procedures that guaranteed accurate artist information and honest pricing according to entertainment booking standards and agency representation requirements. The misrepresentation operation involved targeted information fraud and booking manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment booking to avoid immediate detection by booking oversight and agency monitoring that relied on honest artist representation and accurate information for customer protection and booking agency integrity. The agency had been particularly focused on collecting booking commissions and coordination fees, while ensuring that representation fraud would be concealed through false availability documentation and manipulated pricing records that would justify booking fees despite actual artist information that provided inaccurate representation according to booking fraud concealment and customer artist deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false artist availability records and pricing documentation while coordinating misrepresentation with commission billing protocols to maximize booking revenue, while concealing actual artist information and pricing accuracy that would affect customer booking decisions and artist coordination based on honest booking practices and accurate representation delivery. The agency had also been manipulating booking procedures and information verification processes to maintain representation fraud while avoiding booking oversight and agency monitoring that would reveal booking manipulation and representation violations that violated customer protection and booking agency integrity standards. The misrepresentation fraud was discovered when artists were unavailable and customers investigated booking information, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive booking fraud and agency manipulation that violated entertainment booking regulations and representation standards. Our 11th story comes from event attendees who discovered their venue operator was charging for parking while providing inadequate and unsafe parking facilities, billing for parking services and vehicle security while maintaining parking areas that lacked adequate space and safety measures despite parking agreements and facility procedures that guaranteed adequate parking and safe vehicle storage according to venue operation standards and parking facility requirements. The inadequate parking operation involved targeted facility fraud and parking manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and parking monitoring that relied on honest parking provision and facility safety for customer protection and venue operation integrity. The operator had been particularly focused on billing for parking services and vehicle security while ensuring that parking fraud would be concealed through false facility documentation and manipulated parking records that would justify parking billing despite actual parking conditions that provided inadequate facilities according to venue fraud concealment and customer parking deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false parking facility records and security documentation while coordinating inadequate parking with facility billing protocols to minimize parking investment while concealing actual parking adequacy and facility safety that would affect customer vehicle security and parking satisfaction based on honest venue practices and adequate parking delivery. The operator had also been manipulating parking procedures and facility verification processes to maintain parking fraud while avoiding venue oversight and parking monitoring that would reveal parking manipulation and facility violations that violated customer protection and venue operation integrity standards. The inadequate parking fraud was discovered when vehicles were damaged and customers investigated parking facilities, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and parking manipulation that violated venue operation regulations and parking facility standards. Our 12th story comes from event hosts who discovered their event decorator was charging for custom designs while using recycled decorations from previous events, billing for personalized decoration design and custom event styling, while reusing decorations and recycled materials despite decoration agreements and design procedures that guaranteed custom decorations and personalized event styling according to event decoration standards and design customization requirements. The recycled decoration operation involved targeted design fraud and customization manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate event decoration to avoid immediate detection by decoration oversight and design monitoring that relied on honest custom design and personalized decoration for customer protection and event decoration integrity. The decorator had been particularly focused on billing for expensive custom designs and personalized styling while ensuring that design fraud would be concealed through false customization documentation and manipulated decoration records that would justify custom billing despite actual decoration materials that provided recycled designs according to decoration fraud concealment and customer design deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false design records and customization documentation while coordinating recycled decorations with custom billing protocols to minimize decoration costs while concealing actual design customization and decoration originality that would affect customer event aesthetics and design satisfaction based on honest decoration practices and custom design delivery. The decorator had also been manipulating decoration procedures and design verification processes to maintain customization fraud while avoiding decoration oversight and design monitoring that would reveal decoration manipulation and customization violations that violated customer protection and event decoration integrity standards. The recycled decoration fraud was discovered when customers recognized decorations from other events and investigated design originality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive decoration fraud and design manipulation that violated event decoration regulations and customization standards. Our 13th story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment company was billing for sound equipment while providing inadequate audio systems, charging for professional sound equipment and quality audio systems while delivering insufficient audio gear and poor sound quality despite sound equipment agreements and audio procedures that guaranteed professional sound systems and quality audio equipment according to audio equipment standards and sound quality requirements. The inadequate sound operation involved targeted equipment fraud and audio manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment services to avoid immediate detection by entertainment oversight and audio monitoring that relied on honest sound equipment and quality audio for customer protection and entertainment company integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for expensive sound equipment and professional audio while ensuring that equipment fraud would be concealed through false audio documentation and manipulated sound records that would justify equipment billing despite actual audio quality that provided inadequate systems according to entertainment fraud concealment and customer audio deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false sound equipment records and audio documentation while coordinating inadequate systems with equipment billing protocols to minimize audio investment while concealing actual sound quality and equipment adequacy that would affect customer event audio success and sound satisfaction based on honest entertainment practices and professional audio delivery. The company had also been manipulating sound procedures and equipment verification processes to maintain audio fraud while avoiding entertainment oversight and audio monitoring that would reveal sound manipulation and equipment violations that violated customer protection and entertainment company integrity standards. The inadequate sound fraud was discovered when events experienced audio problems and customers investigated sound equipment, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive entertainment fraud and audio manipulation that violated audio equipment regulations and sound quality standards. Our 14th story comes from event hosts who discovered their wedding venue was charging for exclusive access while double booking events on same dates, billing for exclusive venue access and private event space, while scheduling multiple events simultaneously despite venue agreements and exclusivity procedures that guaranteed private venue access and exclusive event space according to wedding venue standards and event exclusivity requirements. The double booking operation involved targeted exclusivity fraud and venue manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate wedding venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and booking monitoring that relied on honest exclusive access and private venue provision for customer protection and wedding venue integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on maximizing booking revenue and venue utilization while ensuring that exclusivity fraud would be concealed through false booking documentation and manipulated access records that would justify exclusivity billing despite actual venue scheduling that provided shared access according to venue fraud concealment and customer exclusivity deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false exclusivity records and booking documentation while coordinating double booking with access billing protocols to maximize venue revenue while concealing actual venue exclusivity and event privacy that would affect customer wedding privacy and venue satisfaction based on honest venue practices and exclusive access delivery. The venue had also been manipulating booking procedures and exclusivity verification processes to maintain double booking fraud while avoiding venue oversight and booking monitoring that would reveal booking manipulation and exclusivity violations that violated customer protection and wedding venue integrity standards. The double booking fraud was discovered when events conflicted and customers investigated venue exclusivity, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and booking manipulation that violated wedding venue regulations and event exclusivity standards. Our 15th story comes from event hosts who discovered their event planner was charging for vendor coordination while using unvetted and unreliable service providers. Billing for professional vendor coordination and quality service provider management while coordinating with unqualified vendors and unreliable service providers despite coordination agreements and vendor procedures that guaranteed vetted service providers and reliable vendor coordination according to event planning standards and vendor management requirements. The unvetted vendor operation involved targeted coordination fraud and vendor manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate event planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and vendor monitoring that relied on honest vendor coordination and qualified service providers for customer protection and event planning integrity. The planner had been particularly focused on billing for vendor coordination and service management while ensuring that coordination fraud would be concealed through false vendor documentation and manipulated coordination records that would justify coordination billing despite actual vendor quality that provided unqualified providers according to planning fraud concealment and customer vendor deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false vendor qualification records and coordination documentation while coordinating unvetted providers with coordination billing protocols to minimize vendor research while concealing actual vendor quality and service reliability that would affect customer event service quality and vendor satisfaction based on honest planning practices and qualified vendor delivery. The planner had also been manipulating coordination procedures and vendor verification processes to maintain coordination fraud while avoiding planning oversight and vendor monitoring that would reveal coordination manipulation and vendor violations that violated customer protection and event planning integrity standards. The unvetted vendor fraud was discovered when service providers failed and customers investigated vendor qualifications, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive planning fraud and vendor manipulation that violated event planning regulations and vendor coordination standards. Our 16th story comes from concert attendees who discovered their concert venue was charging premium seating fees while providing obstructed view seats, billing for premium seating and optimal viewing positions while assigning seats with blocked sightlines, and poor viewing angles despite seating agreements and venue procedures that guaranteed clear views and premium seating positions according to concert venue standards and seating quality requirements. The obstructed seating operation involved targeted seating fraud and venue manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate concert venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and seating monitoring that relied on honest seating provision and clear viewing for customer protection and concert venue integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on charging premium seating prices and optimal positioning fees while ensuring that seating fraud would be concealed through false seating documentation and manipulated venue records that would justify premium billing, despite actual seating positions that provided obstructed views according to venue fraud concealment and customer seating deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false seating quality records and venue documentation while coordinating obstructed seats with premium billing protocols to maximize seating revenue while concealing actual seating quality and viewing positions that would affect customer concert experience and seating satisfaction based on honest venue practices and premium seating delivery. The venue had also been manipulating seating procedures and position verification processes to maintain seating fraud while avoiding venue oversight and seating monitoring that would reveal seating manipulation and position violations that violated customer protection and concert venue integrity standards. The obstructed seating fraud was discovered when customers experienced blocked views and investigated seating quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and seating manipulation that violated concert venue regulations and seating standards. Our 17th story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment agency was billing for celebrity appearances while sending impersonators without disclosure, charging for authentic celebrity appearances and genuine star performances while providing celebrity impersonators and tribute acts despite celebrity booking agreements and appearance procedures that guaranteed authentic celebrity appearances and genuine star performances according to celebrity booking standards and entertainment authenticity requirements. The impersonator substitution operation involved targeted celebrity fraud and appearance manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment booking to avoid immediate detection by booking oversight and celebrity monitoring that relied on honest celebrity booking and authentic appearances for customer protection and entertainment booking integrity. The agency had been particularly focused on billing for expensive celebrity appearances and star performances while ensuring that celebrity fraud would be concealed through false booking documentation and manipulated appearance records that would justify celebrity billing despite actual performers that provided impersonation services according to booking fraud concealment and customer celebrity deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false celebrity booking records and appearance documentation while coordinating impersonator substitution with celebrity billing protocols to minimize booking costs while concealing actual performer authenticity and celebrity legitimacy that would affect customer event prestige and entertainment satisfaction based on honest booking practices and authentic celebrity delivery. The agency had also been manipulating celebrity procedures and appearance verification processes to maintain substitution fraud while avoiding booking oversight and celebrity monitoring that would reveal celebrity manipulation and appearance violations that violated customer protection and entertainment booking integrity standards. The impersonator substitution fraud was discovered when customers investigated performer authenticity and discovered impersonation evidence, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive booking fraud and celebrity manipulation that violated celebrity booking regulations and entertainment authenticity standards. Our 18th story comes from event hosts who discovered their event catering company was charging for fresh ingredients while serving expired and processed food, billing for fresh food preparation and quality ingredients while using expired products and processed foods despite catering agreements and food quality procedures that guaranteed fresh ingredients and quality food preparation according to catering service standards and food quality requirements. The expired food operation involved targeted food fraud and quality manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate catering services to avoid immediate detection by catering oversight and food monitoring that relied on honest food preparation and fresh ingredients for customer protection and catering service integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for fresh ingredients and quality food, while ensuring that food fraud would be concealed through false ingredient documentation and manipulated food records that would justify quality billing despite actual food products that provided expired ingredients according to catering fraud concealment and customer food deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false ingredient freshness records and food documentation while coordinating expired products with quality billing protocols to minimize food costs while concealing actual ingredient quality and food freshness that would affect customer food safety and catering satisfaction based on honest catering practices and fresh ingredient delivery. The company had also been manipulating food procedures and ingredient verification processes to maintain food fraud while avoiding catering oversight and food monitoring that would reveal food manipulation and ingredient violations that violated customer protection and catering service integrity standards. The expired food fraud was discovered when food safety issues occurred and customers investigated ingredient quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive catering fraud and food manipulation that violated catering service regulations and food quality standards. Our 19th story comes from event hosts who discovered their party rental company was charging for premium equipment while delivering damaged and dirty items, billing for premium rental equipment and quality party supplies while providing damaged equipment and unsanitary items despite rental agreements and equipment procedures that guaranteed quality rental equipment and clean party supplies according to party rental standards and equipment quality requirements. The damaged equipment operation involved targeted rental fraud and equipment manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate party rental services to avoid immediate detection by rental oversight and equipment monitoring that relied on honest equipment provision and quality rental items for customer protection and party rental integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for premium equipment and quality supplies while ensuring that equipment fraud would be concealed through false equipment documentation and manipulated rental records that would justify premium billing despite actual equipment condition that provided damaged items according to rental fraud concealment and customer equipment deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false equipment condition records and rental documentation while coordinating damaged equipment with premium billing protocols to minimize equipment maintenance while concealing actual equipment quality and item condition that would affect customer party success and rental satisfaction based on honest rental practices and quality equipment delivery. The company had also been manipulating rental procedures and equipment verification processes to maintain equipment fraud while avoiding rental oversight and equipment monitoring that would reveal equipment manipulation and condition violations that violated customer protection and party rental integrity standards. The damaged equipment fraud was discovered when parties experienced equipment failures and customers investigated rental quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive rental fraud and equipment manipulation that violated party rental regulations and equipment quality standards. Our 20th story comes from event attendees who discovered their entertainment venue was charging for security services while providing inadequate crowd control, billing for professional security services and crowd management while maintaining insufficient security staff and poor crowd control despite security agreements and safety procedures that guaranteed adequate security and proper crowd management, according to entertainment venue standards and security service requirements. The inadequate security operation involved targeted security fraud and safety manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and security monitoring that relied on honest security provision and adequate crowd control for customer protection and entertainment venue integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on billing for security services and crowd management while ensuring that security fraud would be concealed through false security documentation and manipulated safety records that would justify security billing despite actual security provision that provided inadequate crowd control according to venue fraud concealment and customer safety deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false security staffing records and safety documentation while coordinating inadequate security with service billing protocols to minimize security costs while concealing actual security adequacy and crowd management that would affect customer safety and venue security based on honest venue practices and adequate security delivery. The venue had also been manipulating security procedures and safety verification processes to maintain security fraud while avoiding venue oversight and security monitoring that would reveal security manipulation and safety violations that violated customer protection and entertainment venue integrity standards. The inadequate security fraud was discovered when safety incidents occurred and customers investigated security provision, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and security manipulation that violated entertainment venue regulations and security service standards. Our 21st story comes from event hosts who discovered their event planning service was charging for timeline coordination while creating scheduling conflicts, billing for comprehensive timeline coordination and schedule management while creating conflicting schedules and poor time management despite planning agreements and coordination procedures that guaranteed proper timeline coordination and conflict-free scheduling according to event planning standards and timeline management requirements. The scheduling conflict operation involved targeted coordination fraud and timeline manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate event planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and coordination monitoring that relied on honest timeline coordination and proper schedule management for customer protection and event planning integrity. The service had been particularly focused on billing for timeline coordination and schedule management while ensuring that coordination fraud would be concealed through false timeline documentation and manipulated coordination records that would justify coordination billing despite actual timeline management that created scheduling conflicts according to planning fraud concealment and customer coordination deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false coordination records and timeline documentation while coordinating conflicting schedules with coordination billing protocols to minimize planning time while concealing actual timeline quality and schedule. Coordination that would affect customer event success and planning satisfaction based on honest planning practices and proper coordination delivery. The service had also been manipulating planning procedures and coordination verification processes to maintain timeline fraud, while avoiding planning oversight and coordination monitoring that would reveal coordination manipulation and timeline violations that violated customer protection and event planning integrity standards. The scheduling conflict fraud was discovered when events experienced timing problems and customers investigated coordination quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive planning fraud and timeline manipulation that violated event planning regulations and coordination standards. Our 20-second story comes from concert attendees who discovered their concert promoter was charging for VIP experiences while providing standard admission benefits, billing for exclusive VIP packages and premium concert experiences while delivering standard admission benefits and regular concert access despite VIP agreements and experience procedures that guaranteed exclusive VIP benefits and premium concert experiences according to concert promotion standards and VIP service requirements. The standard VIP operation involved targeted experience fraud and benefit manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate concert promotion to avoid immediate detection by promotion oversight and VIP monitoring that relied on honest VIP provision and exclusive benefits for customer protection and concert promotion integrity. The promoter had been particularly focused on billing for expensive VIP packages and premium experiences while ensuring that VIP fraud would be concealed through false benefit documentation and manipulated experience records that would justify VIP billing despite actual VIP provision that delivered standard benefits according to promotion fraud concealment and customer VIP deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false VIP benefit records and experience documentation while coordinating standard admission with VIP billing protocols to maximize VIP revenue while concealing actual VIP benefits and experience exclusivity that would affect customer concert experience and VIP satisfaction based on honest promotion practices and exclusive VIP delivery. The promoter had also been manipulating VIP procedures and benefit verification processes to maintain experience fraud while avoiding promotion oversight and VIP monitoring that would reveal VIP manipulation and benefit violations that violated customer protection and concert promotion integrity standards. The standard VIP fraud was discovered when VIP attendees received regular treatment and investigated VIP benefits, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive promotion fraud and VIP manipulation that violated concert promotion regulations and VIP service standards. Our 23rd story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment company was billing for lighting equipment while using basic and insufficient lighting, charging for professional lighting equipment and quality illumination systems while providing basic lighting and inadequate illumination despite lighting agreements and equipment procedures that guaranteed professional lighting and quality illumination, according to entertainment lighting standards and equipment quality requirements. The insufficient lighting operation involved targeted equipment fraud and lighting manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment services to avoid immediate detection by entertainment oversight and lighting monitoring that relied on honest lighting provision and quality equipment for customer protection and entertainment company integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for expensive lighting equipment and professional illumination while ensuring that lighting fraud would be concealed through false equipment documentation and manipulated lighting records that would justify equipment billing despite actual lighting quality that provided insufficient illumination according to entertainment fraud concealment and customer lighting deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false lighting equipment records and illumination documentation while coordinating basic lighting with equipment billing protocols to minimize lighting investment while concealing actual lighting quality and equipment adequacy that would affect customer event atmosphere and lighting satisfaction based on honest entertainment practices and professional lighting delivery. The company had also been manipulating lighting procedures and equipment verification processes to maintain lighting fraud while avoiding entertainment oversight and lighting monitoring that would reveal lighting manipulation and equipment violations that violated customer protection and entertainment company integrity standards. The insufficient lighting fraud was discovered when events experienced poor illumination and customers investigated lighting equipment, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive entertainment fraud and lighting manipulation that violated entertainment lighting regulations and equipment quality standards. Our 24th story comes from wedding couples who discovered their wedding planner was charging for day of coordination while abandoning events during critical moments, billing for comprehensive day of coordination and event management while disappearing during important wedding moments and leaving events unmanaged despite wedding planning agreements and coordination procedures that guaranteed continuous event management and day of coordination according to wedding planning standards and event management requirements. The abandonment operation involved targeted coordination fraud and management manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate wedding planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and coordination monitoring that relied on honest event management and continuous coordination for customer protection and wedding planning integrity. The planner had been particularly focused on billing for day of coordination and event management while ensuring that coordination fraud would be concealed through false management documentation and manipulated coordination records that would justify coordination billing despite actual management provision that abandoned critical moments according to wedding fraud concealment and customer coordination deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false coordination records and management documentation while coordinating event abandonment with coordination billing protocols to minimize coordination time, while concealing actual management presence and coordination continuity that would affect customer wedding success and coordination satisfaction based on honest wedding practices and continuous coordination delivery. The planner had also been manipulating coordination procedures and management verification processes to maintain abandonment fraud while avoiding planning oversight and coordination monitoring that would reveal coordination manipulation and management violations that violated customer protection and wedding planning integrity standards. The abandonment fraud was discovered when weddings experienced management failures and customers investigated coordination presence, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive wedding fraud and coordination manipulation that violated wedding planning regulations and event management standards. Our 25th story comes from event attendees who discovered their event venue was charging for climate control while maintaining uncomfortable temperature conditions, billing for climate control services and comfortable environmental conditions while operating heating and cooling systems that created uncomfortable temperatures despite venue agreements and climate procedures that guaranteed comfortable temperatures and proper climate control according to event venue standards and environmental comfort requirements. The uncomfortable climate operation involved targeted climate fraud and environmental manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and climate monitoring that relied on honest climate control and comfortable temperatures for customer protection and event venue integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on billing for climate control services and environmental comfort while ensuring that climate fraud would be concealed through false climate documentation and manipulated temperature records that would justify climate billing despite actual climate conditions that provided uncomfortable temperatures according to venue fraud concealment and customer comfort deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false climate control records and environmental documentation while coordinating uncomfortable conditions with climate billing protocols to minimize climate costs while concealing actual temperature control and environmental comfort that would affect customer event comfort and venue satisfaction based on honest venue practices and proper climate delivery. The venue had also been manipulating climate procedures and temperature verification processes to maintain climate fraud while avoiding venue oversight and climate monitoring that would reveal climate manipulation and temperature violations that violated customer protection and event venue integrity standards. The uncomfortable climate fraud was discovered when events experienced temperature problems and customers investigated climate control, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and climate manipulation that violated event venue regulations and environmental comfort standards. Our 26th story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment booking agency was charging for contract negotiation while providing unfavorable artist terms, billing for professional contract negotiation and favorable artist agreements while securing unfavorable terms and poor contract conditions despite booking agreements and negotiation procedures that guaranteed favorable contracts and beneficial artist terms according to entertainment booking standards and contract. Negotiation requirements. The unfavorable terms operation involved targeted negotiation fraud and contract manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment booking to avoid immediate detection by booking oversight and contract monitoring that relied on honest contract negotiation and favorable terms for customer protection and booking agency integrity. The agency had been particularly focused on billing for contract negotiation and agreement services while ensuring that negotiation fraud would be concealed through false contract documentation and manipulated negotiation records that would justify negotiation billing despite actual contract terms that provided unfavorable conditions according to booking fraud concealment and customer contract deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false negotiation records and contract documentation while coordinating unfavorable terms with negotiation billing protocols to minimize negotiation effort while concealing actual contract quality and agreement terms that would affect customer artist booking and contract satisfaction based on honest booking practices and favorable contract delivery. The agency had also been manipulating contract procedures and negotiation verification processes to maintain contract fraud while avoiding booking oversight and contract monitoring that would reveal contract manipulation and negotiation violations that violated customer protection and booking agency integrity standards. The unfavorable terms fraud was discovered when artists canceled due to poor conditions and customers investigated contract terms, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive booking fraud and contract manipulation that violated entertainment booking regulations and negotiation standards. Our 27th story comes from event hosts who discovered their party planner was charging for decoration setup while leaving venues undecorated and unprepared. Billing for comprehensive decoration setup and venue preparation while leaving event spaces bare and unprepared despite decoration agreements and setup procedures that guaranteed complete decoration setup and venue preparation according to party planning standards and decoration service requirements. The undecorated venue operation involved targeted setup fraud and preparation manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate party planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and setup monitoring that relied on honest decoration, setup, and venue preparation for customer protection and party planning integrity. The planner had been particularly focused on billing for decoration setup and venue preparation while ensuring that setup fraud would be concealed through false decoration documentation and manipulated setup records that would justify setup billing despite actual decoration work that left venues undecorated according to planning fraud concealment and customer decoration deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false setup records and decoration documentation while coordinating venue abandonment with setup billing protocols to avoid setup work while concealing actual decoration completion and venue preparation that would affect customer party atmosphere and decoration satisfaction based on honest planning practices and complete setup delivery. The planner had also been manipulating decoration procedures and setup verification processes to maintain setup fraud while avoiding planning oversight and setup monitoring that would reveal setup manipulation and decoration violations that violated customer protection and party planning integrity standards. The undecorated venue fraud was discovered when parties lacked decorations and customers investigated setup completion, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive planning fraud and setup manipulation that violated party planning regulations and decoration service standards. Our 28th story comes from concert attendees who discovered their concert venue was charging for merchandise sales while keeping excessive vendor commission percentages, billing for merchandise sales opportunities and vendor support, while taking disproportionate commission percentages that exceeded industry standards despite vendor agreements and sales procedures that guaranteed fair commission rates and reasonable vendor fees according to concert venue standards and merchandise sales requirements. The excessive commission operation involved targeted vendor fraud and sales manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and vendor monitoring that relied on honest commission rates and fair vendor treatment for vendor protection and concert venue integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on maximizing merchandise revenue and commission income while ensuring that commission fraud would be concealed through false vendor documentation and manipulated sales records that would justify commission rates, despite actual commission percentages that exceeded fair standards according to venue fraud concealment and vendor exploitation techniques. The scheme extended to creating false commission rate records and vendor documentation while coordinating excessive percentages with sales billing protocols to maximize venue revenue while concealing actual commission rates and vendor treatment that would affect vendor profitability and sales success based on honest venue practices and fair commission delivery. The venue had also been manipulating vendor procedures and commission verification processes to maintain commission fraud while avoiding venue oversight and vendor monitoring that would reveal commission manipulation and sales violations that violated vendor protection and concert venue integrity standards. The excessive commission fraud was discovered when vendors investigated profit margins and discovered commission rate evidence, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and vendor manipulation that violated concert venue regulations and merchandise sales standards. Our 29th story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment company was billing for transportation while providing unreliable and unsafe travel arrangements, charging for professional transportation and safe travel services while providing unreliable transportation and unsafe travel conditions despite transportation agreements and safety procedures that guaranteed reliable transportation and safe travel arrangements according to entertainment transportation standards and travel safety requirements. The unreliable transportation operation involved targeted transport fraud and safety manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment services to avoid immediate detection by entertainment oversight and transport monitoring that relied on honest transportation provision and travel safety for customer protection and entertainment company integrity. The company had been particularly focused on billing for transportation services and travel arrangements while ensuring that transport fraud would be concealed through false transportation documentation and manipulated travel records that would justify transport billing despite actual transportation quality that provided unreliable service according to entertainment fraud concealment and customer transport deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false transportation records and travel documentation while coordinating unreliable service with transport billing protocols to minimize transportation costs while concealing actual transport reliability and travel safety that would affect customer event logistics and transportation satisfaction based on honest entertainment practices and reliable transport delivery. The company had also been manipulating transportation procedures and travel verification processes to maintain transport fraud while avoiding entertainment oversight and transport monitoring that would reveal transport manipulation and travel violations that violated customer protection and entertainment company integrity standards. The unreliable transportation fraud was discovered when travel arrangements failed and customers investigated transportation quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive entertainment fraud and transport manipulation that violated entertainment transportation regulations and travel safety standards. Our 30th story comes from event hosts who discovered their event photographer was charging for photo editing while delivering unprocessed and low-quality images, billing for professional photo editing and image enhancement while providing unprocessed photographs and poor image quality despite photography agreements and editing procedures that guaranteed professional photo editing and quality image enhancement according to event photography standards and image processing requirements. The unprocessed image operation involved targeted editing fraud and quality manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate photography services to avoid immediate detection by photography oversight and editing monitoring that relied on honest photo editing and quality image processing for customer protection and photography service integrity. The photographer had been particularly focused on billing for photo editing and image enhancement while ensuring that editing fraud would be concealed through false processing documentation and manipulated photography records that would justify editing billing despite actual image processing that provided unprocessed photographs according to photography fraud concealment and customer editing deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false editing records and processing documentation while coordinating unprocessed images with editing billing protocols to minimize editing time while concealing actual image processing and photo enhancement that would affect customer event documentation and photography satisfaction based on honest photography practices and professional editing delivery. The photographer had also been manipulating editing procedures and processing verification processes to maintain editing fraud while avoiding photography oversight and editing monitoring that would reveal editing manipulation and processing violations that violated customer protection and photography service integrity standards. The unprocessed image fraud was discovered when customers received poor quality photos and investigated editing quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive photography fraud and editing manipulation that violated event photography regulations and image processing standards. Our 31st story comes from wedding couples who discovered their wedding venue was charging for bridal suite access while providing inadequate preparation facilities. Billing for bridal suite services and preparation facilities while offering inadequate changing areas and poor preparation spaces despite venue agreements and facility procedures that guaranteed proper bridal facilities and adequate preparation areas according to wedding venue standards and bridal service requirements. The inadequate facilities operation involved targeted facility fraud and service manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate venue operations to avoid immediate detection by venue oversight and facility monitoring that relied on honest facility provision and adequate preparation spaces for customer protection and wedding venue integrity. The venue had been particularly focused on billing for bridal suite services and preparation facilities while ensuring that facility fraud would be concealed through false facility documentation and manipulated service records that would justify facility billing despite actual facility conditions that provided inadequate preparation areas according to venue fraud concealment and customer facility deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false facility records and service documentation while coordinating inadequate facilities with facility billing protocols to minimize facility investment while concealing actual facility quality and preparation adequacy that would affect customer wedding preparation and venue satisfaction based on honest venue practices and adequate facility delivery. The venue had also been manipulating facility procedures and service verification processes to maintain facility fraud while avoiding venue oversight and facility monitoring that would reveal facility manipulation and service violations that violated customer protection and wedding venue integrity standards. The inadequate facilities fraud was discovered when wedding preparation was compromised and customers investigated facility quality, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive venue fraud and facility manipulation that violated wedding venue regulations and bridal service standards. Our 32nd story comes from event hosts who discovered their entertainment agency was billing for backup performers while having no contingency plans for cancellations, charging for backup performer services and cancellation protection while maintaining no backup performers or contingency arrangements despite booking agreements and backup procedures that guaranteed backup performers and cancellation protection according to entertainment booking standards and contingency planning requirements. The missing backup operation involved targeted contingency fraud and planning manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate entertainment booking to avoid immediate detection by booking oversight and contingency monitoring that relied on honest backup planning and cancellation protection for customer protection and entertainment booking integrity. The agency had been particularly focused on billing for backup services and cancellation protection while ensuring that contingency fraud would be concealed through false backup documentation and manipulated contingency records that would justify backup billing despite actual contingency planning that provided no backup arrangements according to booking fraud concealment and customer contingency deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false backup records and contingency documentation while coordinating missing backups with backup billing protocols to avoid contingency costs while concealing actual backup availability and cancellation protection that would affect customer event security and booking reliability based on honest booking practices and contingency planning delivery. The agency had also been manipulating backup procedures and contingency verification processes to maintain contingency fraud while avoiding booking oversight and contingency monitoring that would reveal contingency manipulation and backup violations that violated customer protection and entertainment booking integrity standards. The missing backup fraud was discovered when performers canceled and no backups existed, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive booking fraud and contingency manipulation that violated entertainment booking regulations and backup planning standards. Our 33rd story comes from event hosts who discovered their event planner was charging for emergency coordination while being unreachable during crisis situations. billing for emergency coordination services and crisis management while being unavailable during emergencies and failing to provide crisis support despite planning agreements and emergency procedures that guaranteed emergency coordination and crisis management according to event planning standards and emergency service requirements. The unreachable emergency operation involved targeted emergency fraud and coordination manipulation while maintaining enough legitimate event planning to avoid immediate detection by planning oversight and emergency monitoring that relied on honest emergency coordination and crisis availability for customer protection and event planning integrity. The planner had been particularly focused on billing for emergency coordination and crisis management while ensuring that emergency fraud would be concealed through false availability documentation and manipulated emergency records that would justify emergency billing despite actual emergency response that provided no crisis support according to planning fraud concealment and customer emergency deception techniques. The scheme extended to creating false emergency response records and coordination documentation while coordinating emergency unavailability with emergency billing protocols to avoid emergency responsibility while concealing actual emergency availability and crisis coordination that would affect customer event security and emergency support based on honest planning practices and emergency coordination delivery. The planner had also been manipulating emergency procedures and coordination verification processes to maintain emergency fraud while avoiding planning oversight and emergency monitoring that would reveal emergency manipulation and coordination violations that violated customer protection and event planning integrity standards. The unreachable emergency fraud was discovered when crises occurred without planner response and customers investigated emergency availability, leading to evidence that revealed comprehensive planning fraud and emergency manipulation that violated event planning regulations and emergency coordination standards. As we conclude tonight's journey through these 33 entertainment industry fraud stories, we're reminded that special events and entertainment experiences, despite being essential for celebration and enjoyment, can sometimes harbor individuals who exploit trust and manipulate services. These tales from Reddit show us the importance of researching event vendors thoroughly, verifying entertainment credentials, and reading contracts carefully. Whether you're planning weddings, booking entertainment, or organizing special events, these stories serve as valuable reminders about protecting yourself from entertainment industry deception. Thank you for joining me tonight on Drowsy Tales Daily, and may these stories guide you into peaceful sleep with renewed awareness of entertainment industry pitfalls. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you tomorrow night for another collection of fascinating Reddit stories designed to help you drift off to sleep. Until then, sleep well and dream of honest event planners and trustworthy entertainment providers.